You have that potential, those abilities naturally within you. But in order to reach the fullest of their potential, you need to spend time training them, developing them, getting to know them. How do your psychic abilities speak with you? How can I translate the images, the sounds, the sensations, the smells, the tastes that come to me? How can I work with that? How does my language of energy works? Yeah. Welcome to the Seeing in the Dark podcast, the podcast for the women of the ancient futures, women that see beyond eyes and know beyond mind and are here to make a change from a deep communion with the mystery of life. Seeing in the Dark is about walking paths that have not been walked before and daring to show up for the mission and dream life that is knocking on your door. My name is Nicole Nyima Costerus, mystic, medium, initiated priestess, and here to take you into the mysteries of purpose, power, ritual, and intuition. May you embody your own unique essence so deeply that your vibration naturally teaches, inspires, and assists others. Let's dive in. Welcome, everyone. This week's episode starts with, I think it's a little bit of a trick question. Are you psychic? The answer to that is everyone is psychic. I know it might seem a little bit strange, but everyone has psychic abilities as a natural capacity available within. Are they awake for everyone? No, they're not awake for everyone. But psychic abilities are not for the special ones only. It's not for the chosen ones only. Everybody has psychic abilities and everybody can develop their psychic abilities more. Yeah? Okay, so in this episode, I want to dive into that with you because when we look back into the past, psychics and mediums were chosen ones, were people that were special, that had a certain special gift that many other people could look up to. But as we are shifting from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius, you can also see it around us. More and more people start to feel sensitive. More and more people start to come into connection with their intuition. More and more people experience a certain transparency where the veils of separation are becoming more and more thin. And what do I mean with that? Let's say a century ago, it was much more difficult to sense each other energetically. But as we are entering into this age of Aquarius, it's becoming easier and easier to sense each other's energy, to sense each other's emotions. I actually believe that we have the potential as a humanity to, at some point in our evolution, not even needing to use words anymore, but we actually have an inherent ability to communicate telepathically with each other or energetically with each other. And the more we are evolving into this age of Aquarius, the more we are embodying our true inherent intuitive nature, the more these qualities will become normal for even the mainstream that never heard about intuition. Also groups of people that are completely new with the intuitive gifts that we carry within will start to experience more of their intuitive gifts. So, in this episode, I want to share with you about 6 signs or symptoms that you might be experiencing when your psychic abilities are awake or when your psychic abilities are awakening. Yeah, so like I said, we all have psychic abilities as a natural potential inside of us. Nothing special. You don't have to put that into you. It's already there. Your inherent intuitive nature, your intuitive gifts are waiting to be revealed. That's the process. That's also how I'm teaching in my year training, in my online programs around psychic abilities and mediumship. It's a matter of connecting to a quality that is already there within you. It's not about putting in new things or new qualities. It's already there. So these 6 signs will maybe help you recognize, maybe you are a little bit doubtful of what is happening with me. I feel sensitive. I might be psychic, but I'm not sure. How can I know? I want to share with you these 6 signs that maybe will help you to feel more clear on what is happening inside your intuitive gifts. All right. Number 1, you feel emotions of others. This is something that I was struggling with a lot, especially in my teenage years. I would sense others so clearly. And because I didn't work a lot on my own healing journey yet at that time, I was energetically quite full with my own stuff. So when I would feel others on top of that, I would feel exhausted. I would feel so tired and so full and so overwhelmed by what I would sense in other people. But the good news is that sensing each other is actually a really natural thing. Yeah, like I said, in this age, these new times that we are moving in, the veils of separation are becoming thinner and thinner, meaning the thinner those veils, the more we will naturally feel each other. So I often get this question, how do I know if it's from me or from the other? We might not always know because we are all interconnected, and that is normal. That is natural. Now, is it normal to feel all the time overwhelmed by it? No, that is unnecessary actually. And I can share a little bit more about that in a moment, but feeling each other's emotions is a really natural ability that we all have. Yeah? So if this is a quality that is present for you, it's natural for you to feel emotions of others, that is also one of the signs that your psychic abilities are awakening or that they are awake. Number 2, you have strong gut feelings. So you might have strong gut feelings or strong hunches or strong intuitions that you need to make a certain decision, or you need to go a certain direction in your life, or suddenly you feel like, hey, that thing that I actually said yes to, my body actually tells me no, I should not do it. And this gut feeling, the more you listen to it, the more your life starts to align with your soul's blueprint, with your soul's potential. The less you listen to it, the more messy it becomes. And then you look back and you're like, shit, I actually should have listened to that gut feeling. Yeah, so gut feelings start to come online more as our psychic abilities and our intuitive gifts start to awaken as well. So when you notice there is more and more of those gut feelings, and especially good news if you start to trust those gut feelings, it will be so much easier also for you to trust your psychic abilities and your intuitive gifts as well. Now, number 3, you can feel drained by big crowds and secondhand stores. This was also something that, to be honest, I can still struggle with. When I go to a big festival, or when actually recently I went to a summer fair in the Netherlands, and I went together with my mother and my sister. We had like a ladies' day out, and it was really beautiful. But the moment I entered into that fair, there were thousands of people. And I was in my postpartum. I'm still in my postpartum time. Post-partying time, I wanted to say. Not much partying happening at the moment, but in my postpartum time, I've been feeling even more open than normally, which makes sense, right? Because I gave birth, and in the process of birth, there is so much opening happening. So I noticed that how normally a big crowd impacts me is kind of amplified times 100 with how it's impacting me now. And the same with secondhand stores. I guess you could say places where there is a lot of energies can feel overwhelming and draining for your system. Now, should you never go to these places anymore? You can go, you know? One of the things that really helped me when my sensitivity drains me or overwhelms me is to practice energetic protection or energetic hygiene. I actually, in a few weeks' time, I will release a really beautiful transmission around that on how you can protect and take care of your energy. But until that one releases, I will also place a link below this episode that brings you to really powerful ways on how you can protect and how you can cleanse your energy. So check that out below this episode if you want to be supported with that, because I know for sure that I have needed a lot of support with that as well. Yeah. Number 4, you know when people lie, are untruthful, or when they wear a mask. You might recognize that when you ask someone, hey, how are you doing? And the other person says, oh, I'm doing really well. But actually you feel underneath that they are not doing well at all. Yeah. Or someone puts on a certain mask and you just feel that it doesn't feel authentic. When we offer psychic readings to each other, I always say, stretch out your curious tentacles. And this is all you need, All you need to sense others is by bringing openness and curiosity to that person. When your psychic abilities are awake or awakening, you have those tentacles out and you just sense it. There's just this inner alarm that goes off and something feels a bit off. Yeah. So knowing when people lie or when they wear masks is one of the signs that your psychic abilities are opening or are open. Talking about that, about opening your psychic abilities or they are already open, that it can always be such a powerful thing to actively train and develop your psychic abilities. Why? My mediumship teacher had a really beautiful answer to that. I studied with her 3 years from 2012 to 2014 or 15 or 13 to 15, something like that. And she always said, when you have a talent for soccer, you need to also train to become a professional soccer player. And it's the same with your psychic abilities and your intuitive gifts. You have that potential, those abilities naturally within you. But in order to reach the fullest of their potential, you need to spend time training them, developing them, getting to know them. How do your psychic abilities speak with you? How can I translate the images, the sounds, the sensations, the smells, the tastes that come to me? How can I work with that? How does my language of energy works? Yeah, so this is why psychic abilities are, in my perspective, such a potent gift or ability to develop. And then you can weave it into your work as a coach, as a body worker, as a facilitator, as a conscious entrepreneur, as a creative, as a writer, as a dancer. I mean, I cannot imagine one profession where your psychic abilities are not helpful. Like I even remember one client of mine, she is a lawyer, and she came into my trainings to develop her mediumship because she would work with clients that had lost loved ones to crime. And so she would, as a lawyer, which is then a very serious job, so to speak, where you don't really expect mediumship or psychic abilities to be included, she would actually bring messages of loved ones in spirit to her lawyer clients. So I don't believe there is a profession where this cannot be beneficial or supportive, but it might also be my super exciting enthusiasm for this work. So where were we? Number 5. I would have to say that this number 5 is not only about psychic abilities, there we're going to lean more towards mediumship as well. So when I talk about psychic abilities, I teach a lot about those in psychic readings in my trainings. And in psychic readings, you read the energy of people who are alive. When it comes to mediumship, where you also use your psychic senses, only there you use them for the spirit world, loved ones in spirit, spirit guides. So number 5, when you feel presences around you, I had this so much when I was younger. I would walk down the street and feel someone around me or behind me, but I would not see a person. And it would freak me out. I would jump in my bed because I would be afraid someone would grab me from underneath, and I would just feel really, really scared, actually. When my psychic abilities really started to open, I started to feel scared because I started to sense presences around me and I didn't know who they were. They turned out to be my own loved ones and my own spirit guides, and they turned out to be other people's loved ones that wanted to bring messages forward. So if you have something similar like that, that is definitely a sign that your psychic senses are awake or awakening. And oh, it's so, so beautiful to deepen your mediumship skills. There is a whole language of energy to be learned when it comes to your psychic abilities and mediumship. That's why I'm so excited to very soon open the doors for my Mystic Medium year training. And in this year training, we spend a whole year developing your psychic abilities. and deepening into your mediumship abilities. So connecting with loved ones in spirit for yourself and for others, connecting with your spirit guides, learning to offer psychic readings to others. So become really clear in how your psychic abilities work, how the language of energy works in you, but also to learn to offer professional psychic readings that you can use in your work as a coach, as a body worker, or all the other professions that I was naming earlier. It's a year where you work with the oracle in your dreams at night, also how to work with the dreams of others, rituals and ceremonies that offer deep transformation. As you might know, I've studied with a wide variety of ancient traditions, from African American hoodoo to South American. I spent 1 month with the Yawanawa tribe in the south, in the Amazonian jungle traditions. I spent in India studying temple arts, in Finland, temple arts, West African voodoo. I'm a voodoo priestess initiated last year in West Africa, and I have a deep love for ancient traditions. And this year training includes a blend of ancient traditions from all over the world because they have so much in common. Whether it's African American hoodoo, West African voodoo, South American Amazonian tribal traditions, they have so much in common. They all work with nature, the elements, spirits of nature, plants, herbal baths, mythology, rituals. So many things are in common. And so in this year training, I don't work with one ancient tradition. I love to work with the blend and just pick and work with all the beautiful, rich knowledge around plants and spirit and mythology and rituals and ceremonies. Now, before we go to number 6, I just want to let you know that there is a wait list for this year training 2024-2025, which starts this autumn. This autumn, there is a new group starting, one in person in the area of Amsterdam in the Netherlands, where we come together once a month, and one online group if it's not possible for you to come to the Netherlands, or you are in the Netherlands but you prefer studying online. There's an online group 2 evenings a month, the same study, just one is once a month in person, the other is online 2 evenings a month. And before I open it to the public, so to speak, there is an opportunity for you to sign up for the waitlist. And on this waitlist on Monday, the 10th of June, I open the most special offer that I will offer during this whole launching period for the women who are signed up for the waitlist. So if you feel a pull towards the Mystic Medium year training, then I warmly invite you to sign up for the waitlist, and then on Monday, the 10th of June, you will receive this offer that includes really, really, really special gifts. So link is below this episode where you can sign up for the waitlist. I would love to see you there. Let's go to number 6. So let's repeat. No, let's first do number 6 and then I repeat all 6 of them to close. So number 6 is your dreams speak to you clearly. This is also one module in the Mystic Medium year training. We're going to work with the oracle in your dreams. And my experiences, the more I started to develop my psychic abilities, the more I started to connect with the gifts in my intuition, the more my connection to dreams at night started to open. So I have a lot of support in my own processes from my dreams and the messages and the symbols in my dreams, the way I work with the translation of my dreams. And so if you've been noticing that you start to feel more clear in your dreams, that you start to receive messages in your dreams, this is definitely also a sign that your psychic abilities are awake or awakening. Now, let me repeat all 6 of you so you have them all at once. Number 1, you feel emotions of others. Remember, this is very natural. No need to try to close that off. Because my experience is when you can be open, you will feel that emotion and it will naturally move through you. Yeah? I will speak more on that on the episode that is linked below about how to protect your energy. Like I said, there will be also a module of that in the year training where you also receive in-depth practices on how to protect and cleanse your energy. Number 2, You have strong gut feelings and strong inner guidance or strong intuitive hunches. 3, you can feel drained by big crowds and secondhand stores. 4, you know when people lie or wear masks because you just have that inner sensitivity that says, no, something is off here. 5, you feel presences around you. So you feel the spirits or the spirit world. And 6, your dreams speak to you clearly. So those are the 6 signs that show you that your psychic abilities are awake or awakening. Like I said, come and join the waitlist for the Mystic Medium year training. And you'll be the first one with the most special offer that I will offer during this whole launching period. I'm super excited to launch these 2 groups and specifically excited also to come back to in-person trainings because it has been a long time ago that I was in the in-person training. So I would love to see you there, either in the online group or the in-person group. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Yeah. One of the things that you can do with your psychic abilities, if you are like, oh my God, I recognize many of them or all of them, is give yourself that space to trust your psychic abilities. Trust that the things you are sensing, even if you think you're making them up. Yeah. That's the first gift you can give yourself when it comes to opening and developing your psychic abilities. All right. I'm going to leave it at that. I wish you a beautiful week and see you again next week. Much love. Did you receive any inspiration, motivation, or powerful breakthroughs by listening to this episode? Then please share this episode by taking a screenshot and tagging me in your stories at nicole.nyima.costerus. I would love to celebrate you, share you in my stories, and it would mean so much to have my work reach more powerful, passionate women like you. Thank you so much and looking forward to see you next week.